rodeo.
Yeah, I don't think Rodeo's probably at work.
I
So he's
don't
probably
know if
not
Rodeo's
gonna
gonna
make
show
it.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't show up to yesterday's because he's at work.
I mean, he did just message his chat though, so I'm not sure.
He's on mobile, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, he's usually on mobile around this time. I don't think he gets off until 8.
Gotcha.
I'm back. Are we waiting for anyone else?
I hadn't heard.
I think we are.
I don't think.
I hadn't heard. I think it was just the 4 of us that were available.
Okay.
Alright. Well,
Well, Ash, do you want to just kind of explain? Like, I know there's some like debated screenshots and stuff going around. You know what I mean? Like, we had one story on it, and it's obviously the two guys are being told another story as far as like the context of it.
Yeah,
stuff
and
like
I can send it to you guys, you know, once I explain it, but it's like a 16-minute video, and I have all of this on video of 38 saying this stuff, so I do have proof of it.
Yeah.
The screenshot you guys got, it was a list of all the teams that I thought were leaving, which I've heard from other people, and this was not just for research. 38 and me were just in a VC talking, you know, just hanging out, playing quick play or something. And he had actually asked me, because we were talking about postseason, you know, what we were doing, because I was planning on, you know, maybe still doing Toronto, being on a team with someone else, and Mel, and then still, you know, doing Excalibur and research. And 38 had asked me, because, you know, he had heard that some teams were leaving, you know, Dallas Glads going to RHG, whatever they were doing. And he was like, Leo, how many teams, you know, have you heard of that are leaving? And I told him, ANVC, and he couldn't hear me because he's at a dorm or something. He has roommates, and he couldn't hear, so he asked me to type them out, and I did. And then, because I said I was doing research, he asked me, you know, can I join? And I'm like, yeah. You know, since you're joining, would you want to join my team? You know, as a friend, I know you're still doing Atlanta. I'm probably still doing Toronto, but do you want to do this on the side if you have time? And he's like, yeah, I'd love to. Can you send me a link to the server? And then I did. So that's the context of the screenshot, and I know that was, at least from what I've heard, kind of the main thing against me.
And you know, and I'll be honest with you, like we knew Covert was kind of doing stuff like this. Like, I was actually really surprised when your name got brought into it. You know what I mean? But
yeah, because I haven't been DMing anybody about this.
Right, and I think Covert hasn't either. I think most of the recruiting stuff has been going on via voice chat. I don't even know if it's you and him so much as it's like Sleepy Bear and them, but I know it's happening. You know what I mean? We know it's happening. But people come to us and tell us that they've been, you know, recruited in voice chats and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So, you know, we don't have any issue with, like, you know, y'all doing research or whatever. But, you know, all we asked from the beginning was just like, you guys be respectful. You know what I mean? Like I said, we don't even care if people go over there to be with you guys. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we just don't want anyone from over there like being negative over here.
Well, yeah,
in an attempt to make us look bad.
What I've tried
make
to
people,
do.
yeah, I know. We don't want people making it look bad here just so it looks better over there, because that's just kind of shitty to do, and we really feel like that's what Covert's been doing for a long time. So
I guess though, I just don't really understand what I've done. Like, I know Covert has been Covert, but I just don't know what other things against me there are.
Well, I know there was a research invite in the Toronto server. We had gotten some reports about that. You know what I mean? And I saw it with my own eyes. That was Sleepy.
If it was from me, well, yeah, Sleepy posted his, and I don't even think I was there for that. I posted one in the Toronto thing, and that was again because some of my teammates had asked me about it.
Yeah.
And wanted to join.
Yeah.
And I sent the video to the chat. It's like 16 minutes long, but that's just us basically talking to 38 and him actually saying, you know, here's the real context of the screenshot.
Well, you know, we've talked to 38 as well, and I know 38 has kind of like set himself right in the middle of the fence, because what we're hearing from 38 and what he's telling you, they don't really line up. You know what I mean? Like, he's telling us one thing and telling you another. And I get he just doesn't want to be involved in it. I don't think. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to piss people off on either sides.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't really have a whole lot of questions. Like I said, I think, you know, your written thing that you sent in was good. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry about the misunderstanding this morning. We weren't sure, like we didn't put in official vote up. You know what I mean? Because we weren't sure if we were going to do the VC, but it was generally understood that if we don't vote on the appeal within 24 hours, it doesn't pass. So that's why you were told earlier that it didn't pass, but it actually hadn't been voted on. at that point. But there's a
Oh.
vote up now, and everybody's just kind of waiting until after, we talk here to kind of go back and put their votes in. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, and like I said, either way, I just want you to know, no hard feelings from us. You know what I mean? Like I said, and no matter what happens, and like I said, we just wish y'all luck over there, and hopefully, I talked to Kid for a good time yesterday, and I talked to Covert too, and we all just kind of buried the hatchet, and we just think that maybe best if we can just try to coexist instead of having all the animosity, back and
Yeah,
forth.
I know, because I would definitely love that. Because I wanted to stay in Mowell. I
Yeah,
wanted to be part of both of these leagues. Mowell's
sure.
where I got my start.
hmm
I've been in here for about a year at this point.
Yeah, and like I said, we've never had any issue with you outside of this. You know what I mean? You keep, your team always shows up to play. You always have a good team. And you have a really nice server, and like I said, it seems like you guys have a good community of your own. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
out of the Toronto server, so and a lot of and a big friend group. So we don't. Like I said, when your name was brought up, I think we were all taken aback a bit. You know what I mean? But when we got the screenshot, and and viewed it in like that microcosm, we didn't really have any choice at that point, because that was something that we had asked not
yeah, and
happen.
it does look bad without any context, and I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at this point, I think the context is disputed, because like I said, I know 38's telling you one thing and he's telling us another. So you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm just going to present it,
Of course.
kind of down the center, and we're just going to have to let people decide. There's 7 of us. You know what I mean? We're going to have to just shake the dice and see how it comes out. So
Yeah.
does anybody have any questions for Leo about, anything else?
I don't really think so. I'm not like Leo. Your case is a lot more simpler than Covert's case. 'Cause
Covert's
there was a
much,
lot.
yeah.
There was a lot more going on, like dynamically with his, whereas
Yeah,
this
that's what
just
I've
seems
heard.
like a big miscommunication. Yeah.
Thanks for the video.
Besides
be
that, I
helpful.
don't. Yeah, it
Of
would
course.
be very helpful.
Yeah, it's a little hard to hear Covert in 38 just because of Kid's mic settings, but you can hear him if you turn it
Yeah.
up a little bit, and it's all there.
And after we talked to Kid yesterday, like I totally believe what he's saying to us about how he just wants to run that over there, and you know what I mean, and he doesn't feel any animosity toward Mao, and he doesn't want any animosity toward Mao, and I don't believe that's always the case with Covert. But after talking to him last night, he actually sent me an apology and was like, man, I just want to bury the hatchet. You know what I mean? And like so, I think a fresh start for everybody would be good, and just kind of a toning down of the shade that's being thrown from both sides. Would be great. For
Yeah.
everybody. So there's no point in us destroying each other in the process of one trying to be better than the other, because I don't think that suits anyone. So
No, I definitely agree. There's no reason why our two leagues can't help build each other up.
yeah, and that was, and we were partnered with whatever it was called before, whatever Recharge was called.
Cyclops.
Yeah, we were partnered with Cyclops. You know what I mean? Like we had good faith with Covert over it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I know that all fell apart, but like I said, all we can do is start from here. You know what I mean? And we'll go out. The vote's up, proposed. I said we'll start voting as soon as it's over, and we should let you know here in the next little bit whether or not it passed or not. So,
Okay.
do you have any questions for us? Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I think that's pretty much it. Cause yeah, as far as I knew, that one screenshot was the main thing against me. Cause yeah, I've been in the server for like a year. I haven't caused any trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of shocked as well because nobody told me I got banned. I just kind of got banned.
Yeah, and that was our fault, and I apologize to Kid and to Covert about that. You know what I mean? Like as soon as we put the bans through, as you can imagine, like all hell broke loose in the chat. So we were just all tied up moderating. But you should have gotten a message. We'll try to do a better job of that in the future if we do ban somebody, to at least notify them immediately as to why. But we just kind of got caught up in the moment when everything started happening. Just didn't
Yeah.
happen. So our fault.
I understand. Don't worry about it. Well, I think that's all I have then.
Sounds good. Well, thank you for doing this in VC. I said everybody hearing your story, I think, is more compelling than just seeing it on paper.
Yeah.
Very, very true. Yes.
And we'll pass it on. We'll let everybody know, kind of what was said and stuff. So you should have an answer here shortly.
All right. Thanks, Deadstock.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks. I'll talk to you later.
Yep. See you guys.
Bye.
All right, I'm gonna go back to the admin council chat here, guys.